Hello, my very dear Sagittarians. This is your reading for May 11th, or when you hear it and it resonates, and it won't be for everybody. This is a really interesting image that I got yesterday. And as I sat down today to work with your energy, it filled out even more. So this is what I got. First of all, I'm seeing you sitting in I would say almost like a gymnastics hoop. But it's gymnastic dance, where they hang them from the ceiling and people do all of these curvy, wonderful things with them, but not you. You're sitting there and you're watching everything that's going on below you. So two things: silver hoop, protection, higher guidance, vision, higher vision. You're sitting there and you really are looking at a bird's eye view for what's going on around you. Now, I think it is relevant that this is a stage that we're looking at, okay? So what you're doing is you're looking at all the different characters, thank you, all the different characters, all the different placements, the staging, the setting. And you're sitting there and you're looking at all of this. You're trying to figure it out because you also have a crossword puzzle in your hand. And what you're doing is you're trying to look for the answer. And then from the answer, you're going to go back and you're going to fill in the crossword puzzle. That's backwards. What Spirit is saying is you build a crossword puzzle by answering one question at a time. As you answer one question, it allows you to understand what the meaning of the next word might be. And that this is the only way it's going to work for you, is that you are progressing. For those of you who are progressing through something, especially where there is, what's that? A lack of clarity about where the situation is going to land after it plays itself out. So the thing that's coming up here is that kind of situation where there are a lot of components. Obviously, this is important. It's very easy, very, very easy to go into worry because there's a lot of fear about getting it wrong, which is why there's always that sense of, let me have a bird's eye view, figure it all out so I know what to do. And in fact, what's happening is you are only going to be understanding the true nature of each one of these things as you answer each single question, as you fill in each single word. The reality is that, yes, there is an answer to the crossword puzzle, but the understanding and the learning and the development of these different characters is only going to manifest by virtue of how you answer each question. And they all have their own crossword puzzles. This is beautiful. They all have their own crossword puzzles. Whether they're aware of doing them or not is another thing. What's your advantage? Your advantage is you have the wisdom to know that when you go up and when you levitate above so that you can look down, you can see more clearly how everybody is reacting. So each time one word is filled in, you get to see how it causes everything else to shift on the floor below you. This is such an amazing image. And that is really a key part of this. As much as I would love to give you an answer about exactly what to do to get exactly the outcome you want, it's important for you to remember cosmically, spiritually, that because everybody else has their own crossword puzzle and is going to be filling in their own answers to their particular puzzles, you can't know fully what the extent is going to be or what the outcome is going to be. You're being told, though, do your very, very best to stay in a state of compassion. It's not always going to be easy because sometimes the characters in the play below do dumb stuff or unkind stuff or just ignorant stuff, just stuff out of pure ignorance of not knowing any better. So it's not easy for you to stay always in that compassionate state, in that sense of, just being willing to understand or trying to understand and not judge. It can bring up a lot of stuff like that. But then when that happens for you, what you're being told here is do your best to walk away from that situation as much as you can, even if only in your head for a little while. Shift the energy, the thinking energy around that. Because what can happen as you do that then is you get, that's nice. Again, it's the idea, they've used this image with me a few times in the last week. It's the idea of when you are working from a higher place, when you're working from a higher energy with compassion, it clears away all of the no, that's not predetermined. It's clearing away any previous overlay that you've had that's been negative or confused. It doesn't have to all be negative. It can actually sometimes be a more positive perspective on something or a diluted perspective on something because you don't want to necessarily see clearly something. This is really interesting. So what you're being asked to do is move into compassion, allow your lens to just constantly be cleared. Think of it like you've got windshield wipers, okay? And when you find this fog coming up, confusion, anger, windshield wiper it away. No, that's not where I want to go. This isn't going to help me answer. Fill in the next word. Don't need to do it. Don't want to go there. And in those moments, it's also really important to remember the things about you that are strong, that are positive, that divinity, that sacred connection that you've got to all life, right? The bigger picture of what's going on. The stage is down there. You're up here sitting on your beautiful silver circle. And then there's other layers beyond that that knows even better, sees even more, and with no judgment. So allow yourself, especially when you get caught up and you're feeling badly about things, focus on the things about you that you like. Focus on those qualities of you that you know are true and that are trustworthy, okay? Those qualities in you that you know are trustworthy and that are really part of this big image of this wonderful silver circle that you inhabit, that the players below don't, okay? I'm going to leave you with that, my very dears, and wishing you all the best. Take care.